Welcome back to the Knitting Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. Today we have Send in the Houndstooth Hat. Today is a verbal walkthrough of the instructions. What we have is that this has been brought back out. It was already out anyway, but they kind of just revived it a bit by just having a different model. As you can see, it's part of the new Wed Collection on Yarnspirations.com. So what this is an average adult hat, and I'm gonna just read you the instructions in today's tutorial, and also just go through any notes that I'm seeing as we're going along in this. So let's begin. First of all, the yarn that is suggested is Patons Classic Wool Worsted that you see here, and there is black and Aran as the two colors, so you just need one ball of each. You're going to need two sizes of knitting needles, so let's go through that. So you'll need a 4mm, a US 6, and also a 4.5mm US 7 in the circular knitting needles. And it says that the circulars are about 16 inches long, and that's the cord that is in between the knitting needles. So it's a cord. I tend to use only 14 inches, but 16 is what they're recommending, and then I have interchangeable so that I can change those over. When we go to start this, we're going to be also continuing along to change the knitting needle sizes midway through this project. You're also going to need a set of 5 double pointed. It says 4, but you can do 5 if you want. So it's double pointed needles, and those are 4.5mm that you have. Okay, so you'll have a whole set of those. And usually with this kind of concept, when you're going around in the brim, is that you will need the double points right at the very top in order to bring it to a close. So everything I'm about to suggest in today's video has already been filmed in some format here on our channel, and you can always access that information when you're ready. To begin, if you are going to substitute, here is the gauge size. So it's 20 stitches by 26 rows equals 4 inches with the stocking stitch with the larger needles. So the larger was 4.5mm. So if you want to do a gauge check, that would be with what you're looking to do. So let's begin actually making this. So you're going to cast on with the smaller circular knitting needles, the 4mm US 6 of 96 stitches, and then you're going to join them in the round, placing a marker on the first stitch so that you can count the rounds as you go. We have a generic tutorial available to you of knit 2, purl 2 here on our channel if you would like to be able to do that. So use casting on of 96, and then you can use this format here in order to carry that through. So you're going to do a format of knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, and you're going to do that all the way around, and you're going to continually go around and around and around until you have 2 inches in the height of the brim itself. The next round after that is that you're going to make 1 and then knit 12. Make 1 and knit 12, and you're going to keep on repeating that as you go around. Make 1 is available here on the channel just in case you don't know how to do that, so it's just called Make 1. And Make 1 for Yarnspirations is a standard format on how they do it, and I have the tutorial available for that. So what happens when you get that done is that you're going to go from 96 stitches here, but after you start making 1 and knitting 12, you're going to end up with 104 stitches. From here, we're then going to change to a larger knitting needle size, which is the 4.5mm US 7. So here, this is the first round. And in the first round, it actually says refer to the chart. So the chart is on page number 2. So let's flip that over. And here is the charting that you see here. So this is actually round number 1 all the way through 8. You have to repeat this a total of 4 times. So once you get through the cycle, you're going to then just do it again and again and again. I would recommend the double stranding of doing it with 2 hands in order for the one color to be on your right and the other color to be on the left, because it goes so much faster, and you are stranding your work when you're doing this, so the work will strand in behind. So that's just something that you can decide to do, and because there's a lot of generous lays of the colors, so you got like 6 of the darker color here, you can see that you're going to be able to do this pretty quickly because the colors are not changing that frequently. So once you get the 4 repeats done for this, you're then going to come back to the instruction and you'll be on the next round right here. So after the 4 times of the charting has been done, you're going to do the next round, and it says with the color B only. In this case, it'll be Aran, and you're going to knit 6 and then put 2 together. Then the asterisk starts here, and so you're going to knit 4, put 2 together, and it says repeat from the asterisk over and over and over until there's 6 stitches left at the end. So you'll knit 4, put 2 together, knit 4, put 2 together. The last 6 stitches will be a knit stitch itself, and so you've just now reduced from 104 stitches down to 88. And so the number 2 chart is right here. So you're just going to follow the chart just like you see, and so the colors are changing more frequently, but if you look at the top of the hat, you can kind of see that's happening as well. So once that's done, we're going to then move to page number 2. So after this, chart 2 has been completed, so you'll have the 4 rows done. You're going to be up here with B, and B is also a run, and you're going to knit 6, put 2 together, and then knit 3. And it says repeat from the asterisk to the 2 last stitches. So you'll knit 2 together and then knit 3, knit 2 together and then knit 3. And then finally at the end, when there's 2 stitches left, you'll knit the final 2 stitches. Then it says you're going to work the chart number 2 once again, and it'll be worked up just like this until the 4 rows are complete. So it's just getting a little bit more narrow, and you'll see things are going to start to condense in here. We're then going to move to the remaining of the finishing of this. Once this is complete, you're going to now change to your double point needles. And so you just want to equally space out your stitches. And I always recommend, from what I've learned over this short time frame, is that when you have the double points, you want to make it so that the multiples of the reduction actually are on each of the knitting needles itself. So with B, which is a run, you're going to knit 5 and then put 2 together, and then knit 2 and then repeat from the asterisks. So you'll knit 2 together, knit 2, knit 2 together, and knit 2. And so equally space those out onto 4 knitting needles in order to have it into a square. So we do have instructions here on the channel on how to use double points needles, just in case that is something that you need to do. From here, you're going to work number 2, noting that the 8 stitch will be worked only 7 times. And so you'll be working this once again, just like you see. So these 4 rows. And so it'll get even more narrow towards the top of the hat. The final 3 rounds are going to be with B, which is a run. You're going to knit 5, and then the asterisk is here, knit 2 together, and then knit 1. Knit 2 together and knit 1, and you'll do it all the way to the last 3 stitches, and you'll knit the final 3 stitches as normal. The next round is knit 4 and put 2 together. So knit 4, put 2 together, so you'll do that all the way around. And then finally, the last round is knit 3, put 2 together, knit 3, put 2 together all the way around, and you'll have 24 stitches left over onto the square double points that you'll have. And then from there, you're going to pick up the end of all of the loops and just collect all the remaining loops off of your knitting needles, and then just pull it shut at the very top and then draw in tightly and secure. If you would like to make a pom-pom from scratch, you can do so. Here's the instructions of wrapping with winding A, which is the color, so that's the black, around your fingers approximately 100 times and tie securely in the middle. I like to use cardboard. You could use a pom-pom maker. You can also use a pre-made pom-pom if that suits your desire as well. And then what I would do is secure it to the top with a pom-pom tie. And so the pom-pom tie will allow you to be able to take it off just in case you want to wash it, or maybe somebody really doesn't like a pom-pom. If you're selling at a craft show, you can just undo the bow tie and take it off and say, well, you know what, if you don't like the pom-pom, you can just remove it as well. So this is a general overview on how to do this. I'm really obsessed at this particular moment in time of double stranding and also using Fair Isle texture work, or Fair Isle color work, and I think this is a really cool idea. So everything that I have for this particular concept has already been filmed, and the only difference is that the instructions of how many to cast on and just being able to follow the charting just like you see, and also the reduction is slightly unique, but it's still following the same principles as other things that we have already filmed. So please enjoy your day, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.